Ache. So we got the boy DJ Akademiks. Obviously, he is talking on the reaction. Well, he's getting into what Nicki Minaj has been tweeting on X about Jay-Z. Now, confirmed that Jay-Z's name has been mentioned on the Epstein files with Pusha T and loads of other crazy billionaires, celebrities, and whatnot. So let's listen to what the boy Akademiks had to say, and we'll get into this right now.
Epstein list came out. Nicki Minaj took aim at one Jay-Z. Jay-Z's name was mentioned a few times in the Epstein files, and I'll tell you how he was mentioned. So there's an unsubstantiated report that was called into a tip line that basically said that Jay-Z, along with Harvey Weinstein and a sitting U.S. Attorney General were.
And obviously, look, with America, it is kind of selective. Obviously, Nicki Minaj is throwing stones. She sits in a glass house. Her husband is a convicted pedophile, bro. So she sits in a glass house. But at the same time, she's saying, y'all going down with me. Now, what is a question mark is when we look at things like this. You get me? Aaliyah 15, Jay-Z 26. Obviously, I think it's something like Beyonce 16, Jay-Z 27. Do you know what I mean? But we just look at it.
All involved are somehow complicit in her being sexually assaulted and abducted. And she said there was a handler, and the handler was Pusha T. That was called into a tip line. The person refused to give their name. You couldn't really do no due diligence on it, but his name is there. His name comes up quite a few other times, but it's kind of also, it comes up in the sense, and I'm speaking here, kind of summing shit up. Basically, there are rich billionaires who are basically saying that Jay-Z is coddling the black Americans, the Negroes, that they're not going to wild out no matter what we do. So essentially, there's this kind of understanding implicitly that Jay-Z is the guy to control the niggas.
Ooh. I can't lie. This Epstein file stuff, I have to do a deep dive video. I'm on. My main channel is Bounce or YouTube. Type it in. It's got over 100,000 subscribers. But I'm going to have to do a deep dive because this is absolutely, it's crazy, man. It's absolutely crazy. Like, the stuff, the videos, the little girls is mad. Madness.
He's a shepherd to the niggas. So if we're going to do something that black people are going to be mad at, let's have Jay-Z just run interference and we're good. Which, by the way, I think that is pretty much one of the most indicting things, of anything, especially if you don't believe the sex stuff, because it shows that these billionaires use Jay-Z to shut niggas up. He's the guy who will, he'll make you shuck and jive.
That is absolutely crazy. And you really check it and understand that billionaires run the world. We hear these mad stuff in music, especially, safe to say, Hollywood, America, around the world, is mad.
He's mentioned like that. Being honest, other than those unsubstantiated reports, there is no real credible reports or anything that the FBI has admitted that they have done secondary investigations on, or even did any inquiry, or even convene a grand jury of any sort that would allude to Jay-Z actually having sex with children. However, it's clear.
I'm be could I have seen Jay-Z having sex with children? I don't know. But then when Nicki Minaj is put in under this, bro, are you understanding that these people haven't been sacrificing children as their way of gaining, maintaining power? You just know, it's just one of them.
That his friend group were unscrupulous individuals that may have, and at that point, I don't know if you want to go with the birds of a feather, or let's go with Kendrick's theory, right? The predators move in flock. That's what Kendrick would say, right? By the way, ain't it ironic? Kendrick says in the song, Drake's a PDF. Everybody like, yep, he telling the truth. Jay-Z's name is listed a bunch of times in the Epstein files, and people by the Department of Justice that came up over 20 years of investigation, and people are like, yo, this shit fake. This shit fake.
It happens with me online, bro. When I do something uproar, madness, and then when you see other little people do even worse, it's like, oh yeah, you can get the pass. You can get the pass. It's bad. It's actually mad. He's actually right. AK's right.
This shit AI. It just goes to show. So anyway, Nicki is launching a piggyback attack on Jay, and we all know.
But I don't. You see, with Nicki Minaj, here's my thing, guys. Yeah, here's my thing. I don't think she's the right person to be launching any attacks, bro. Respectfully, because Donald Trump is mentioned probably the most times, other than Jeffrey, and she has just got into bed with Donald Trump. So how can you now be firing shots at Jay-Z when you're in the bed with Donald Trump, and Donald Trump is looking mad for Donald Trump? People has come out and actually made an accusation, like saying, boom, when he was 15, 16, that happened, boom, boom, boom. He's saying, look, I parted ways with my man when we found out. Like, everyone's parted ways. Everyone's denying it. It's madness.
If you haven't, to refresh your memory about why she doesn't like Jay, she claims that Jay, finessed her with the title situation. She also made a claim that Jay-Z owes Nicki Minaj $200 million.
Huh?
Right?
Jay-Z owns Nicki Minaj. Do you know what I will say, though? When artists are growing up and they're popping, they don't understand the music game. They don't understand their IP. They don't know their IP. They don't own their IP. I will say that. I will say that. Respectfully, they don't own their IP.
Now, if you watch her tweets over the last year or so, especially after she's also attacked Jay-Z's companies, Roc Nation CEO Desiree Perez, she's basically accused them of really doing some heinous things or trying to do some heinous things to her. So this is a really deep public feud at this point. Jay-Z's never acknowledged it, but we've seen many times.
Jay-Z, they always say, you know what they say on the internet? For me, see, if I'm innocent, bro, I'm innocent, I'm loud. Obviously, when things come out, if you speak about it straight away or you speak about it, you even make things even worse, or people try to twist your words, whatever. But your natural thing is to come on the internet and literally deny it. When he was getting taken to court, I know his PR team came on the internet and said, listen, this is not true, this is not true, this is not true. And Jay-Z and Beyonce, Jay-Z had 4.4 million followers, he went down to 1 million. Beyonce had something like 340 or something like that. She went down to like 308 or something like that. Like,
Nicki has talked about not only Jay-Z, but also Desiree Perez. Okay? So, Nicki Minaj gets online tonight, and Nicki Minaj says 4 hours ago, she says, are y'all understand that these people have been sacrificing children as a way of gaining and maintaining power?
Crazy.
Now, I want to pause right there.
That is crazy. That is a wild statement, and that is a wild statement, and she needs to be lawyer ready if she's saying this mad stuff. Like, trust me.
Think about this Epstein list, and it's very interesting. I want the people who, and I don't know if they'll backtrack off, it's not about Drake, but people took claims in a song, and some people felt like there was probably some smoke. If there's smoke, there might be some fire there, right? People are like, nah, maybe Drake is doing some shit, right? There's a lot of shit on the Jay shit. I wonder how these people are processing this, right?
Yeah.
And what's really happened is that people like Nicki Minaj and also Kanye West, they seem like they were a little bit cuckoo.
No, 100%. I would say more Kanye West though, because Kanye West was calling out Jay-Z and Pusha T and he was saying certain things. So it's like Kanye West knew about this stuff way before, and he was saying it, but everyone was saying that he's gone mad. He's gone mad. I don't think Nicki Minaj has gone mad. She just on a crash out, and certain things that she's saying is right, but I feel like she gets discredited because her brother's a pedophile and her husband's a pedophile. Like, they're both pedophiles, bro. So they're both on the sex offenders register. Her brother's in jail. Like, so for man, it's like, but you're calling out this, but then you're not calling out Donald Trump. It don't make sense. But Jay-Z has just, but Kanye West has been Kanye. He's been Ye. He's been crashing out. He's been talking his thing. He's been internet ready.
And I ain't gonna lie, people called him flat out crazy. They're now starting to look like they were trying to warn us of some things. There's a video where Kanye West mentions Pusha T.
Yep.
And Jay-Z.
Yeah. Coming up.
And people are now looking at this saying Kanye was holding back.
Jay-Z and fucking Pusha T, they made their living killing our people. So how the fuck they gonna stand up?
But for man, I don't know about that, because it's like, I can't. Obviously, I saw videos and that, and in the Epstein files, it states that they didn't want no Negroes. They didn't want. So he's saying our people, but you just never know. You don't know. There's another ring. There's this. But there's things that Kanye West knows that we don't know for sure.
Our people, you know what I'm saying? But we forget that because we love Jay-Z's music so much. We love Pusha's music so much, right? But you think they would ever, Beyonce had the best fit for somebody else? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You think they would ever tell the truth? No, if they told the truth, they'd go to jail. You know what I'm saying? So you have liars. Man. Liars are now the face of our culture. If you take people like Jay-Z and fucking Pusha T, they made their living killing our people. So Jay-Z and fucking
Let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys, man. Obviously, I don't know. Is Nicki Minaj viable, or let me know your thoughts in the comments. You get me? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, man.
Okay, right? There's an old video. I've always it's always kind of haunted me in a way, because, you know, has Ye been manic? I think he's been manic at times. He's just never struck me as a liar. Right? Now, maybe you could say maybe he's been hallucinating or he's paranoid and he maybe have came up with something, but I don't ever think he's been maliciously lying. But do you remember when he got hospitalized at one time, but he was ranting on stage?
What do you think these lot are going through right now, guys? What do you think they're going through right now? Like, what's happening? He's just like, I ain't going on the net. Probably speaking to his team like, bro, is it bad? How bad is it? It's taken over the internet, because that's what this thing has taken over, the internet. But let me know your thoughts in the comments, man. Let me know, is Jay-Z innocent, or do you think he's bad? I remember when the whole Diddy stuff was going, and people was like, oh, Jay-Z's the worst of them all. But it's just mad, innit? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Peace.